So here we go, another F1 My Team season is upon us. Today we're here, first of all, finishing up Season 1, going through the loose ends, and then we're going to jump into Season 2. In this video you're going to see the new livery for the car and also the driver transfers, which are absolutely insane. And of course we have that regulation change. Now, first of all, if you haven't seen the previous episode, the finale in Abu Dhabi, go check it out, link in the top right. If you're going to enjoy this one, leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, we have taken care of activities for now up until the end of season break. We then started to look at upgrades, and we had a failure on the cable assembly on the chassis for the weight reduction. So, we went ahead and started to get some upgrades on the car. So, we purchased that one once again, hopefully no failures second time around, and I had just enough points left over to afford the heave dampers to improve tyre wear, so we'll go ahead and get that on the car as well, and that will leave us with literally 3 points, which is nothing. So with that done, we skipped ahead by a couple of days, and the upgrades started to arrive on the aero, on the chassis as well. I believe, however, we had a failure on the engine, on the cylinder head, so engine power is going to be down basically. Hopefully we can get that soon, but for now we have to basically build up some more R&D points. So until then, we have a department event on the marketing side of things. I had a decision to stick or or boost a driver exposure with Jack Aitken, and I went with the merchandise because I'm actually not planning to keep Aitken for next season. We'll jump into that in a little bit. First of all though, the season recap as we look at the results. Top half of the table, you can see overall Charles Leclerc was the champion. It was really close. Mercedes had an incredible second half of the season and really found some form, and Hamilton almost won his 8th championship, but it wasn't quite enough. I think the big surprise really was Red Bull. They were quite disappointing. Sainz as well, he started off the season so strong. 3 wins in the first 7 races and looked very, very strong, and was leading the championship for a good chunk of the first part of the season. But Leclerc was the driver in the end who, I believe, won most races over the entire season and deserved the title. Second half of the table, you can see we finished not too bad actually, midway on the second half of the table. Our best result was in Jeddah, that P5, which was absolutely insane. We got those points, which was absolutely mental, and pretty much carried us to P9 in the constructors or all the way through the season. Aitken did score a single point, I believe, in Zandvoort, so doing a good job replacing Paul Chair mid-season after we messed up and we got our budget calculations wrong, and I weren't able to re-afford Paul Chair for the re-signing. So yeah, that is kind of how season 1 came and went. Then we have the stats on screen. You can see here we didn't really have much to show or brag about really, just the one fastest lap, average P7 finishing position and average P21 starting place, and 16 points after 1 season. Hopefully we can do a better job in season number 2. Confirmation that Valtteri Bottas has retired from Formula 1, has hung up his helmet, and you can see Ethan warning us that we might see a bit of a crazy driver market and silly season upcoming. So with that done, we now move into contract renewal, and I said I'm not going to keep Jack Aitken on board. I'm going to keep my word. I said I'd get Paul Chair back in the team when I could re-afford him, and that is what we're going to do, because Aitken was merely just a circumstance. Of course, he has history with our team, from my team on F1 2021, last year's game, but Paul Chair is the one driver that I'm kind of, investing in as a future prospect, and I want to try and stick with him and see how much he evolves over the series. So we're going to bring Teo back into the fold, and welcome back, sir, as he signs the contract. Now with that done, the season is officially over. Before we end it, we're going to go ahead and spend the last bit of our cash and our R&D points, as we've saved up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead. You can see here we've received the heave damper upgrade, and I believe also the ECU for the engine has also arrived. So 2 more upgrades go onto our car. We now move into facilities. Now this is going to be the real backbone and the crucial area we need to reinforce. We have $6 million to spend, so we're going to go ahead and purchase quality control. I was going to go for build time. I took a long time to decide, but I'm going to go for quality control, and we're going to do that on the aero, on the chassis, and on the powertrain. So essentially, I'm trying to make sure that when upgrades arrive, they don't foul. So they might take a bit longer, but when they arrive, they arrive. And we had so many failures last year, it set us back so much. When we get more cash, we'll try to go for build time. For now though, the next objective is to improve fabrication to level number 2 and unlock more upgrades. Now, after the season, we got our claim boost kind of, added to both myself and Paul Chair. Things are looking good. We're level 14 by the way now, and we're closing in on that level 15 upgrade for the sponsor. That aside, we got our cash prize of P9 in the constructors, so about $10 million more or less, and we also hit our primary sponsor objective. So things are looking good. Money's coming in, and we're looking pretty well set for next season. With that said, as I was saying before, we're very close now to level 15, and we should achieve that after the first race, which is going to be Bahrain. For season 2, I'm going to stick with a full calendar of 22 races. The objective here is to finish the season, and hopefully by the time the season ends, we may possibly hear some rumours about DLC circuits, and maybe for season 3 I can try to mix that up a little bit. But for now, we're going to stick with the full season and keep it nice, full, and give us time to develop and make things happen heading to season 3. Now, with that said, our title sponsor Echo was what we had for season 1. However, I wanted to rearrange and reassess my options for season 2, and I feel like I can take a step up and go for Duotone, which gives us a little bit more prize money and a little bit more on the weekly cash, and that is a very welcome bonus for us, so we're going to go ahead and take it. The gold bonus is actually nearly $1 million more, which is quite a lot. The weekly income is a touch less, but still, we're looking at that gold bonus as the real difference maker. I'm actually going to stick with the Mercedes power unit for season 2. I was very happy with it in season 1. We did have some reliability issues, admittedly, but overall, it felt I won't say reliable, but it felt solid. It felt like I had decent performance. That's what I wanted to say. You can see we've kept our secondary sponsors of Distal and Zigzag for now, and we're about to get sponsor 3 on level 15 very soon after race 1. So yeah guys, that is it for the waffle. We're now going to move into the car reveal. This is the first attempt at a modded livery on this game, and bear in mind the livery will evolve over the season as we unlock more sponsors, and also the livery isn't 100% final. It might still change into round 1 at Bahrain. But anyway, let's get into it, and leave a like if you like it. I present to you the 97002 in F1 22. It's a bit of an evolution, this one. I wanted to run the satin paint, but for some reason when you mod the liveries this year, you can't seem to get the satin finish. So for now, we've gone for the gloss blue and the matte black. We've got little red highlights on the car, less than last year. I've kind of gone a bit more stronger on the blue this year as the primary colour. You can see on the front we've got some nice little lines on the sides. The sponsors line up really nice. I've gone for red on the numbers and the mirrors, and also on the halo. Little details just to help bring the whole car together. Also on the rear wing, and you can see I'm a big fan of this. I think it's a livery that can evolve. It will evolve. I think I might still refine it for round 1 in Bahrain, but it's definitely going to change if we unlock more sponsors over the season. We can definitely slap those on and make the car look better. I've tried my best to make the nose look a bit more narrow, as like I said in his My Team video, and as you guys know, we don't really like the wide nose on these cars, so I've tried my best to kind of disguise it with the matte paint and give ourselves a bit of a narrower nose. Let me know what you think of the livery, guys. It's aggressive. I think it's different. I've gone for a bit more red on the wheels, and also giving the rear wing a bit more life with some sponsors. But you can see a really nice angle here of the front nose, making it look a lot more narrow in my opinion. And here we're going to go for the full kind of 360 rotation. Got the AMG logos on there. I'm going to try and add one, I think, to the rear wing, which I forgot to do at the time, but I'm going to, like I said, just revise the livery a touch before the opening race in Bahrain. Definitely a bit of space on the engine cover, possibly for another sponsor. Also maybe just tweaking the ones we currently have. But like I said, I wanted to leave it a bit open to modifications over the season. But this is the template we're running, and I think it looks pretty damn sweet. It'd look a lot better if the blue was satin, but I can't do that for now anyway. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the livery. But yeah, here we are, the new office. You can see in the background we've got our logo as our official team kind of logo in the game now as well. And things are changing for this year. We've brought lots of mods in. So helmet wise, I've actually kept the one from last season, but I've changed the primary color from white or silver to blue, and then we've kept the red highlights exactly the same. This helmet is in game. You guys can get it in the item store or the podium pass. As for the gloves, these are modded. I've wanted to do this for a long time and kind of bring some real life brands into this My Team. So we're running Alpine Stars as our kind of suit, glove and boot provider. Same goes for the suit. We've taken inspiration from multiple Alpine Stars kind of race suit teams and made our own design with some kind of red tiger stripes and of course the logo and sponsors. But now we're going to move into the other key part of this video, and that is the driver transfers. And oh my goodness me, Valtteri Bottas has retired and he has left absolute chaos in his wake. As you can see, Bottas has made way. Alexander Albon moves up from Williams to Alfa Romeo to replace him. Thus, that does mean there is a space in Williams available. They have drafted in Kevin Magnussen, an experienced driver, to kind of help steady the ship. And that does mean there's a space at Haas available because of that, which means George Russell has moved to Haas for Season 2. This is by far the bombshell of the off-season. What a transfer. George Russell and Mick Schumacher in Haas. What a pairing that is. And of course, because George has left, that means Zhou Guanyu is going to go Mercedes bound alongside Lewis Hamilton, which is mental. And by the way, Alfa Romeo have a new lineup. It's not just the fact that Bottas has been replaced by Albon. Because Zhou Guanyu has gone to Mercedes, they have drafted in our former teammate Jack Aitken, who we dropped at the end of Season 1. So my goodness me, musical chairs in the off season, but we have an incredible bit of transfer news and I'm very excited about this. I actually really like these transfers. I think it's going to help add a bit of spice to this series. Albon in the Alpha and Russell in the Mercedes, especially for me, is going to be very exciting. So guys, let me know what you think of these in the comments down below, and are you excited? For now though, we're going to wrap up and go into the final parts of this video. So with the prize money that we got from our sponsors and our constructors placing, we went ahead and purchased fabrication level 2 on the aerodynamics and on the chassis. This means we now have quality control level 1, which means we'll have less failures, and we've unlocked the next level of upgrade. So essentially, hopefully when we do them, they won't foul. That's the objective. Hopefully soon, if we get some cash behind us, I'll try and go for build time as well. Now finally, to wrap up, we did manage to repurchase the cylinder head, and now we're going to talk about the regulation change, because it's a new season. The durability department was affected, and you can see on screen we lost 4 upgrades. We've kept the ones that we actually purchased ourselves. The only ones that we've lost are supplier upgrades. So as you can see, we only have 2 out of the 6, so we've lost 4 of them. That is out of our hands. That's down to Mercedes, not us. So those that we could protect, we did, and we've kept that performance, but we've lost elsewhere. Now you can see one more thing I'm going to do here really quickly before wrapping up is spending a bit of the $2 million that we have left by getting Power Mapping 2 to improve engine wear, to kind of compensate for the lost wear upgrades from Mercedes, and also Social Media Team level 2 to improve our acclaim and basically kind of speed up the process as we want to get to level 15 ASAP and get that 3rd sponsor and then make our way up to level 20. So yeah guys, that is it for the preview episode. A lot's happened, crazy transfers, a new livery, my actual logo on the car in game, which I'm very excited about, custom suits, helmets and gloves, and yeah, I can't wait guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more, and yeah, that is it for the preseason. I'll see you guys in round 1 in Bahrain. Until then, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Notifications on to not miss the first episode of Season 2. And yeah, as always, a massive shout out to members for supporting the content. And finally, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.